European culture was revived or brought back to life by the Renaissance, which happened from around 1350 to around 1600. The Renaissance was a period when Western Europeans experienced a deep cultural awakening. This was very different from the Dark Ages and feudalism. It signaled the beginning of modern times. Educated Europeans began to develop new attitudes about themselves and the world. And the Renaissance first began in the city-states of Italy, mostly because Italians were closest to the legacy of ancient Roman culture. And it was this ancient Roman culture that helped to spark the Renaissance. Now, the main idea that led to the Renaissance was called humanism. And humanism is a movement that, well, it focuses on humans. It focuses on the value and the worth of each individual. And it was based on the ideals of ancient Greece and ancient Rome. An important word you need to know is secular, and that means worldly. Humanism focused on secular themes instead of religious ideas and the afterlife. Humanism changed the way that people think about themselves and their lives. Instead of spending their whole life focused on either heaven or hell and religion, humanism was an idea that made people focus more on themselves and their life in this world. Humanists, or scholars who promoted humanism, wanted to use the classical beliefs of Rome and Greece to renew society. They focused on individualism, which is an emphasis on the dignity or the value and the worth of each individual person. Individualism was an important concept that humanists introduced to society, and humanists focused generally on human improvement and developing individual talents through politics or sports or art. Humanists believed that education could help people improve themselves and reach their full potential. The humanities was the name for subjects taught in ancient times, and this is the subjects that humanists focused on. They included Greek, Latin, history, philosophy, and literature. Schools for the humanities replaced religious officials as teachers of the sons of wealth. Humanism inspired new forms of literature that were written in the vernacular. The vernacular means regional languages specific to just one area, like French, Spanish, or Italian. These important humanist writings focused on personal feelings and ambitions. This slide gives you information about 4 important humanist writers. The first one is Francesco Petrarca, otherwise known as Petrarch. Petrarch is famous for writing sonnets, or short poems, that expressed love and emotion. The second writer is Benvenuto Cellini. Cellini was a sculptor who glorified his own achievements in the 1500s by writing the first modern autobiography. The third one is Baldassare Castiglione, and he wrote The Book of the Courtier, which was a book that gave advice to men and women on good behavior. Castiglione said men should be skilled in many activities, and women should be graceful, attractive, and courteous. The last important humanist writer is Niccolò Machiavelli. Machiavelli said that, realistically, the government should have rulers who are ready to use force and deceit to keep power. The name of his book was The Prince. The Prince influenced the thoughts and actions of many future rulers. But his work was controversial because many thought that Machiavelli told people to act immorally.